Hey, Black Belt reads Vampire October continues here. Last night I finished up Let the Right One In. This was always billed to me as one of the best vampire novels in the modern era. So, finished it last night. I will say it was excellent. Really enjoyed it. Man, something about these European horror novels, every one of them just works for me. This one was really dark, really dark, disturbing. It had some really horrific scenes. Um, it made me cry at one point. Actually, we'll get into that later. That that happens to me more often than I get scared. The book's not really scary, but it did make me cry. So there's that. So we're following 12-year-old Oscar. Oscar. They have some very Swedish names, and I don't know how to pronounce all of them, so bear with me there. Oscar. Man, his bullying throughout the book is just brutal. And it's so persistent. It is like the leading cause of the dread throughout the novel, is just wondering what is going to happen to Oscar next. So Oscar's bullied. It's pretty rough. And then he meets a little girl who's about his age, seemingly about 12, but she's weird. She smells funny. She only comes out at night. So, yes, it's a vampire novel. It does a really good job of being different, though. It kind of goes into what a vampire really is in this world. A little different than we've gotten before. I found it to be really interesting. I won't get into any kind of spoilers. I just want to talk about a few of the moments in the book that were really horrific for me. First of all, this little girl, Ellie. Now, there is a scene where you find out where the vampire sleeps. So the book does a really good job of showing you what it's like to be a vampire, in that one character in the novel actually gets turned unintentionally, and you get to sort of witness her transformation. So this lady, she's slowly turning into a vampire, and she says she feels something physical in her heart living there. Not like the brand new lyric, there's something dark living down in my heart. There's something physically living in her heart, keeping her alive. She feels like if she were to die, the lady's name's Virginia. If Virginia were to die, this thing would keep living. And she's just a host for this thing. Very interesting. That being said, she doesn't have to breathe. She doesn't have to eat. She doesn't have to get hurt. Like, she heals very fast. Obviously, she needs blood. So that's a big part of the novel, is getting the blood. But all that to say, there's a part way later at the book where we sort of see where Ellie rests when she's, hibernating as vampires do. And they find her in a bathtub full of blood, completely submerged. And it's just such a freaky, horrifying moment where this man finds her there and reaches down into the tub and feels something down there. It's really freaky. And then pulls her up. And that's that's pretty cool that vampires don't have to breathe in this world. So it's almost like they die when they hibernate. Everything shuts down. It says the heart beats like 4 times a minute. Like, it's just barely enough to keep this host body alive. It's pretty freaky. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this without spoiling anything. The scene that messed me up the most. There's a scene where somebody gets castrated. It is way worse than I want to describe. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. One of the most horrifying scenes I've read in a long time. It did make me shed a tear because it was so sad and gross and horrifying. And it's not just that they castrate this person. I really don't want to spoil it. It's just, it's what they do, how they do it, and kind of what they do after that really got to me. Anyway, that was not in the movie, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually going to watch the movie tonight, I think. So we'll see. I think the cover here is from the movie, from the Swedish version. So I'm going to check that out. I think I've seen the movie before, but it's been a long time. Oh man, that scene was absolutely horrifying. All right, on a bit of a lighter note, another scene that really worked for me that was horrifying, but in almost like a comical way, was Virginia. Again, we're seeing her transform into a vampire. That's one of my favorite parts in the whole novel, honestly. There's the part where she goes to a friend's house and she's decided she's going to take this dude's blood. She's got to have it. She's been cutting herself and drinking her own blood, and it's not working. So she realizes what she has to do. So she goes to this guy's house. Well, he's a loner and he lives by himself and he's got like 20 cats. His house smells like cat piss and it's really nasty the way they describe it. So the cats have some sort of reaction to her, knowing what she is, I guess, and they all attack her. So she's being attacked by like 20 cats. They're not declawed. They are like latching onto her. It says at one point that they're latching onto her like leeches. It's like, oh man, have you ever had a cat latch onto you? It's like, it hurts. They have those tiny little claws. She's got 20 cats that latch onto her, and he's trying to pull these cats off, and they're just ripping skin off as they come off. And I think at one point she falls out the window or something with all the cats on her. It's pretty crazy. That was one of my favorite scenes of the book. Um, yeah, but almost in like a comical way. So the book did sort of subvert my expectation with the 12-year-old boy, Oscar, and this 12-year-old girl, Ellie. That that did not go where I expected it to go. That was really strange. I'm all here for strangeness, but that was really strange the way that worked out. I really don't want to spoil anything. If you've read this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about their relationship or how they could not have a relationship. Uh, that was just, yeah, I did not see that coming at all. It was very strange, interesting. Uh, it was very sweet though, very sweet their relationship with each other. Though at least what they could have. Oscar's being bullied and he's got a horrible life, and he has these little moments of sweetness with his mom and his dad, but then his mom's yelling, his dad's drinking, he's got kind of a crappy home life, and he's got this weird little girl that's sort of looks after him and gives him confidence and protects him. So it's kind of like a coming of age story as well, which I love a good coming of age tale. So this is kind of the best of both, a coming of age vampire novel, a modern take on it. Really enjoyed it. I'll give it like 4 stars. Not 5 stars. It's not one of my favorite books of all time, but it was excellent. 4 stars means I would recommend this to pretty much anybody to read, except for maybe a very, very slight few people. It has a lot of pedophilia in it. I did not see that coming. I had no idea there was going to be so much pedophile stuff in the book. So if that bothers you, definitely don't read this. Like, I would never suggest this book for someone who's sensitive to that with kids or whatever, because that is all throughout this book. Uh, Other than that, excellent, really, really beautiful writing in places. I tagged a couple of quotes throughout the book. I won't get into them, but I really enjoyed the novel, and I'm really excited to keep going with the Vampire October. So, yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. See ya.